Thank you so much for joining us in honoring the distinguished business leaders and philanthropic community partners who have helped the foundation provide a doorway to hope by making home possible. Before we partake of this beautiful meal, I would like to thank the dignitaries that have joined us this morning. We'll start off with Frank Principe. Woodbridge District Supervisor. We have John Jenkins, who is the Dale City, correct? Yes. Ruth Anderson, who is Lakebridge District Supervisor. Thanks so much for coming. And thank you for your service to our community. With that, Bob Allard, would you please lead us in a prayer before we eat?
Good morning. Good morning. Pleased to be with you, having worked with the foundation for many years, actually from the beginning. And so nice to be here today with people who have been very supportive of the foundation in a variety of ways over the years. With those thoughts in mind, let us pray. Oh God, we find we have many things to celebrate. We have good reason to celebrate Good Shepherd Housing Foundation for the homes and places to live it has provided hundreds of individuals and families over 29 years. For those who have struggled with issues of low income, and those who've been weighed down by chronic mental illness. And, oh God, we have good reason to celebrate those who have contributed of their abilities and means to make Good Shepherd Housing Foundation happen. Those who were there at the beginning, Virginia and H.T. Baker, Susan Smith, and members of Good Shepherd Lutheran Church. And those who have been there across the years, Good Shepherd Housing Foundation board members, members of St. Matthew's Lutheran Church, the Hilton Family Foundation, the Philip Graham Family Foundation, and folks like Bill and Earl and Brian, and just everyone, each worthy to be mentioned by name, each significant in the gifts they have given, all together, stunning, chiseled stones, fit together, making Good Shepherd Good Shepherd Housing Foundation happen. And, oh God, we have good reason to celebrate the partnership which we've had with Prince William County, having a common interest, a common purpose, a common goal, accompanying one another in the best interest of those served. Most of all, oh God, we have good reason to celebrate you, the source of all that is good, the creator and maker of everything good, prompting us to work for that which is good, giving us the spirit and confidence to do what is good. Thank you, God, for being you, the greatest good, for giving us this best reason to celebrate. And so it is in your name we pray. Amen.
My name is Valerie Meale. I'm the Business Development Director for Whitlock Wealth Management. And as such, I'm granted the leeway to be the President of the Board of Directors for Good Shepherd Housing Foundation. How many of you spent the night last night with a roof over your heads? And you pretty much know that that is going to be the same roof that you'll have over your heads tonight and next week and for the months and maybe even years to come. Pretty much you do. You plan your life around the assumption that your home will be your home. So now take a step back and think about how your life would change if you couldn't make that assumption. If you had to wonder whether you were going to go home from a long day of work and not know where your children were going to lay their heads, or if they were going to be able to finish out the school year in the school that they love, or if they were even going to be safe in the home that you've put them in. Residents in our programs come to us from shelters, from transitional housing programs, or are at imminent risk of homelessness. But no matter the path that initially leads the client to our door, be it mental illness or homelessness or lack of affordable options, the commonality among them is that without stable housing, hope is almost impossible. And with stable housing, parents can plan for their children's future, further their education, access health care, maintain employment, and achieve their highest personal best. Their highest personal best. The assistance that we provide empowers families to no longer merely survive, but to thrive. Our residents have the peace of mind and a sense of dignity in knowing that they have a warm, comfortable, and permanent place to live in a safe, attractive home in well-maintained neighborhoods. Good Shepherd Housing Foundation has established a legacy of providing access to affordable housing options for individuals, families, and with low income, and those who struggle with mental illness. Over the years, the foundation has provided housing to hundreds of adults and children, including over 100 this year alone, most of whom had nowhere else to turn. So I call your attention to the first line of this talk. Together, we can make home possible. The operative word being together. Together with you, we can continue to serve those in need. Your generosity will help us help them. I will give you the opportunity to buy more raffle tickets by making more donations. In case any of you haven't heard, for every $10 in donations that you make, you have $5 of raffle tickets. So a little later on in the program, you'll have one more, we'll be able to get one more round of tickets if you want them. For now, it's my pleasure to introduce Frank Principe, who is serving his third term as the Woodbridge Magisterial District Supervisor. Magisterial was going to trip me up, but it didn't. Frank's district contains, I believe, more of our homes than any other district in the county. And he has always supported our mission accordingly, and today is no different. So please give a warm welcome to Frank Principe.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning.
All right. Sounds like you've had your coffee. It is truly an honor to be here among such honorable and benevolent and compassionate people. The good works that all of you do to help the less fortunate in our community is absolutely amazing, and thank you for that. You serve individuals and families in need in times of darkness and uncertainty and fear and confusion. You provide the light and the hope and the comfort that they need. One reason I'm here with you this morning is to say thank you for all of that. So on behalf of a very grateful community, thank you. Thank you to the board members, to the hardworking staff, to the funders, to all the stakeholders that make this possible. I truly believe you are doing the Lord's work. Over the last 2 decades, Good Shepherd has put roofs over the heads of hundreds and hundreds, possibly even thousands, of individuals and families who would otherwise be left out in the cold. That's literally and metaphorically. The money that you give, the money that you raise in this foundation, the homes that you've built, the homes you've rehabilitated, and the opportunities that you've given to families to hand up, not to hand out, cannot be understated. And in many ways, those that are here today stand alone in providing good, quality, safe, and affordable housing. When I think about your commitment, I think about Psalm 27, and I know Pastor Al is going to help me with this one. In Psalm 27, David says, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid?" In far too many situations, Good Shepherd and the people around this room at these tables has been that light and that salvation, providing housing and supports to the most vulnerable in our community, often at times when people are absolutely terrified at what life throws their way. Good Shepherd is an institution in this community by providing the wherewithal by which broken lives are fixed or repaired. Good Shepherd provides hope where despair reigns. The people in this room are the driving force for that, the catalyst, the fuel by which all of this occurs. The work done by Good Shepherd is even more impressive considering the political and economic climate that we currently live in here in Prince William. As you all know, our community continues to grow. Our demographics are changing rapidly. Housing construction has dipped precipitously, and the politics are not changing. The housing starts are in large measure, the decrease in housing starts are in large measure to the state's new proffer laws that do not allow us to ensure that we address the negative impacts of development. So we have a pent-up demand for housing in Prince William, and basic economics would suggest that when demand is high and supply is low, costs rise. This environment has made your mission extremely difficult to provide affordable housing to those that need it. And that's one of the reasons I feel so privileged to be here today. You see, several times over the last few years, I have pushed, as many of the other supervisors, I have pushed in public and behind closed doors for the county to adopt more aggressive affordable housing policies that are, quite frankly, more quantitative than qualitative. But this is the situation that we're in. You think about it, our strategic plan, our current one, that's good through 2020, does not have a single reference to affordable housing or to any of the objectives that need to be done to achieve that. Our policy Bible, called the Comprehensive Plan, has 13 references to affordable housing, and this is a very large document. But the housing chapter does have 13 references to affordable housing, but quite frankly, most, if not many, have not been acted upon. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that more, much more, needs to be done to move from platitudes to actionable policy and difficult budget choices. For example, one section of the comprehensive plan encourages, quote, the development, redevelopment, rehabilitation, and construction of housing at all price ranges for all segments of the population, close quote, and suggests that public-private partnerships need to, quote, capitalize on the opportunities provided by the current surplus supply of below-market housing. We do a little bit of that. tiny little bit of that, but we can do a lot more. The adopted budget for FY19 that starts in a couple of weeks provides $9,770 for, quote, affordable housing support. That's in the Housing and Community Development section. Let that sink in, folks. That's a reduction of $650,000 since 2015, a reduction in affordable housing support from your county. There isn't a single FTE, full-time equivalent, single full-time staff person, in fact, not even a half of a staff person, that is appropriated to help manage those affordable housing projects and partnerships. The adopted budget also recognizes, it acknowledges, that more than 8,400 families need access to affordable housing, including rental assistance. 8,400. That's the wait list. And the only language that references how we're going to go about addressing these issues is the finger points to the federal government and to HUD. And I'll let you in on a little secret. It ain't going to happen in this administration. Now, there was a small contribution in the budget to our friends at Catholics for Housing, about $30,000, congratulations. And that is to assist them with the homeless initiative. But clearly, when the Prince William County total budget expenditures, not including education, is $1.5 billion with a B. That's our total expenditures. We can do more and should be doing more to help organizations like Good Shepherd and Catholics for Housing put individuals and families into affordable homes. Today, I want my remarks to serve as a clarion call for a substantial and meaningful policy change in how Prince William County government deals with our affordable housing needs. In many northeastern states, for example, all new housing development has a mandatory set-aside for affordable housing units. Some states require 20%. And quite frankly, I've been around long enough that 20% is probably not doable in this community, but how about 10? How about some required mandatory set-asides? We can also amend section H26 of the comprehensive plan that states, quote, incorporate affordable housing units in any project where reasonable, involving residential uses through, quote, special use permit conditions. Where reasonable is where we get hung up. If it was up to me, I would remove the where reasonable clause. And we need to look at modifying the policy that states, quote, these units could be maintained in affordable status by deed restriction or covenant. Let's change that to these units shall be maintained in affordable status by deed restriction or covenant. Developers also have a role to play in this problem. Rather than changing policy, or in addition to changing policy, let's incentivize our developers to construct and offer units for rent that fall below the median average rates, which in Prince William County today, according to the Census Bureau, ranges between $1,400 and $1,800 per unit, depending on what magisterial district you're in. A developer application now before the Board of County Supervisors and will be considered on June 26th, called Raise Regard, seeks approval to construct 325 new apartments, a few townhomes are included there, just above Kilby Elementary School at 95 Parkway. Are any of these 325 homes affordable? No, but I will say the developer is making a contribution of $250 per unit, which gets to about $80,000 contribution to the Affordable Housing Fund. This is better than nothing, but let me ask you, how much affordable housing will we get for $80,000? Not much. These are just a few of the considerations, all of which I will continue to fight to address, that could be pursued in the coming months and years in order to start reducing the backlog again of 8,400 families that need affordable housing here in Prince William. And as your elected representative, I feel it's my responsibility to ensure that everyone is given an opportunity to succeed and that there's a support network in place for those who stumble. To that end, I will say it's unfair to paint Good Shepherd as the only affordable housing organization in Prince William, even though it's what brings us together this morning. Pastor Allard has worked too hard and for too long with his flock to not be properly recognized for the good work that Good Shepherd does every single day by providing food to local pantries, delivering meals to the homeless center, supporting the winter shelter, and providing play school services and many, many other acts of kindness. Together, these efforts help make our community a better place to live, to work, and to play. At a time when many are busy boasting about the good works they do in our community, you all are busy doing the work, busy plowing the earth and taking concrete steps to make this place a better, safer, and more affordable place to live. And again, I say thank you for that. To all of those who will be honored or recognized this morning, I trust you will see my remarks as inspiration to redouble your efforts, to work harder, smarter, and to consider broadening your stakeholder group, your partners. More must, should, and can be done to make our community a better place for all. I'm honored to be with you this morning and to support your mission year-round. Thank you again for the opportunity to be here. I look forward to standing shoulder to shoulder to do the hard work that still needs to be done. Thank you again.
Thank you, Frank. So it should be becoming obvious to everyone over the course of this event how many organizations come together to help us, both governmental, nonprofit, for-profit. And these awards, this ceremony is based on our need to recognize them. So we are going to get started with the awards right now. And the first one is called the Good Neighbor Award. We have, as you all know, many clients that need support from all segments of the community. We therefore are grateful that this awardee has shown patience and respect to folks that we have referred and has consistently helped us to provide a safe, attractive home for our men, women, and children in the leasing program. For that, we present our Good Neighbor Award to Stony Ridge Apartments with Lisa Smith, the Assistant Property Manager, accepting the award. And Lisa's not here yet, correct? So I'm gonna scoot that one to the back, right? Pat Shook, she will be here, correct? So the Service Award. Many of our families have realized a wonderful Christmas through the years thanks to our Service Award winner, Good Shepherd Lutheran Church Outreach Ministry. Each year, Christmas packages arrive in answer to wishes from the children in our program. And this year, in addition, women in our Shepherd House 1 received household items. They had newly moved into the home, and they received household items and linens from this same ministry. This support means so much to our families. Pastor Mark Edwards of Good Shepherd Lutheran Church is accepting the award for the church ministry. Will you?
Okay.
Just a quick one.
Well, thank you for this award. I speak on behalf of Good Shepherd Lutheran Church, but I feel I'm worthy to represent because so many people from the beginning, Bob and Dave and Janice, people have been part of Good Shepherd Lutheran Church has been integral to this service and to this important mission in the congregation in this community. And so I accept this on behalf of all those countless others who have done all this work, and I am dedicated my ministry to ensure that this goes forward in an even greater fashion. Thank you.
Our Stewardship Award is next. Our Adopt a Home program has been a staple of our affordable rentals for several years. This next recipient was the first organization in this community to support that effort and help us maintain and upgrade our homes through their participation and their mission statement, service above self. Accepting the Stewardship Award for Woodbridge Rotary, my Rotary group, is our President, Dave Kent.
Can I come here? Is that okay? Yes, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's my pleasure to represent the Woodbridge Rotary Club in accepting this award. Obviously, it's not my work, but the work of all the members, of which you've heard from a lot and seen a lot, from Valerie to Pastor Bob, to our President-elect Joe Allen, to even the man on the video camera here, ST, Pam Montgomery, which is the voice of Woodbridge Rotary, and my wife joined me here this morning. And so the point I'm trying to make to you is we're very integrated with this program. We're very, very committed to this program, and we've done it for many years, and Lord willing, we'll do it for many more. So I guess the bottom line is thank you very much for the award. We want to link arms with Rotary. You can see we are in support of this organization, and I think you can tell by some of the quality of the folks I just mentioned to you. We got a solid organization. We link arms with the Good Shepherd folks, and thanks again for the award.
The Leadership Award recognizes that Good Shepherd Housing Foundation has been fortunate that 3 individuals who have served on the board of directors have come from this church. Their members have defined a model of service that includes time, talent, and treasure. Sometimes we don't honor time as much as the other 2, but for us as a nonprofit, that is one of the most important supports that makes our mission successful. Our thanks to Reverend Scott Zimmerer, who is accepting the Leadership Award for St. Matthew's Lutheran Church.
Like Mark, I feel I'm riding on the coattails of those who came before me, and St. Matthew's has a long, rich history of working with Good Shepherd Foundation, and I'm just jumping on board with them and look forward to a long and a very mutually productive and rewarding relationship. So on behalf of the congregation, thank you.
Thank you. The Spirit of Giving Award. We don't use the term sacrifice often or lightly, but when one couple gives a weekly support donation to the foundation, we truly know what sacrifice means. The support that they have given to Good Shepherd Housing Foundation has been significant, made lovingly, and reflects what the Spirit of Giving means. We are truly pleased to recognize Mark and Annabelle Allard for their generosity. Accepting the award is Annabelle Allard. So, my cousin actually babysat Mark when he was, they lived right next door to each other, so our families have a rich history also.
Oh, thank you.
You guys will say a few words, right?
Go ahead.
Thank you. So it's really our privilege to be here. We are happy to be able to have the opportunity to support Good Shepherd Housing. I just want to say a quick story, which is going to embarrass Mark and maybe the Allard family too. But when I first met Mark, he mentioned to me, this is in our first 10-minute conversation, that his father had started a housing foundation, and I work in affordable housing. So it was one of the things that really attracted me to Mark from the very beginning, or at least made me wonder, who is this person and what do we have in common? So I just want to say that we've been happy and fortunate to be able to support this organization, but for us it does mean so much more to us in terms of being able to support Bob and Elsa and the family and also this community. And it's a wonderful privilege for me especially to be here and to work in affordable housing, but to see all the people that come together to really put such a wonderful organization together that helps so many people. So thank you very much.
I'll just say that's not completely honest. She told me it was my haircut.
Our Philanthropy Award recognizes what altruism and humanitarianism means when practiced community-wide. Good Shepherd Housing Foundation has been one of many recipients of their generosity and social conscience. Their grants to us have been responsible for the renovation of Shepherd 3 and helped us to bring these special events to you. We are extremely grateful and thank the Hilton Foundation. Earl Oatland of the Hilton Group is graciously accepting the award for the Irene and Cecil Hilton Foundation.
On behalf of the Hilton Foundation, I'd like to thank each and every one of y'all for coming today and supporting your community. I'd like to thank the Good Shepherd Foundation for allowing us to be part in serving our community. Thank you.
Before we present our final two awards, I want to call your attention to some other items on the tables. Good Shepherd Housing Foundation runs 4 different programs, and on your tables are descriptions of the different programs that we offer. I have assigned, we like to call it voluntold, some audience members who are going to explain a bit more about each program, and then we'll have one more opportunity to make additional donations or buy some more raffle tickets, whichever you prefer. So for the 3-year housing partnership, my mom, Mary Meale, is going to get up and read the description of the program.
This program is designed to meet an urgent need for longer-term supportive, affordable rental housing for highly motivated families earning very little income. The families come from shelters, transitional living programs, or are in imminent danger of homelessness. The goal of HPP is to empower families to retain housing through educational and income development and to provide parents with the support necessary to help their children achieve their highest personal best.
Thanks, Mom. Sherry Bowman at the front table will read the description of our Shepherd Leasing Program.
When people have a stable, affordable living situation, they are better able to stay healthy and reduce the demands on the healthcare system. The leasing program offers the highest level of independence, along with supports designed to help the residents maintain their inclusion in the greater community.
Thanks, Sherry. Daryl is going to read our affordable rentals description.
The program is designed to help families and individuals with low income to live in safe, attractive homes and well-maintained neighborhoods. The homes are designated as permanent homes as long as they meet program and income requirements. Families can plan for a stable future, furthering their education, or maintaining a job because they now have permanent housing options. children living in stable homes experience fewer problems in terms of school, nutrition, stress, illness, and mental health. They have safer places to play, less exposure to violence, and an ongoing place to share family time.
Dave Carr, where are you? Oh, Dave Carr is going to read our Shepherd Homes description.
Thanks to a unique and successful partnership with Prince William County Community Services, the residents are provided a wide range of supportive services for seriously mentally ill single adults on and off-site. Residents are provided with a wide range of mental health services and on-site case management in order to help each resident reach their highest level of independence.
So our next award is called our Social Impact Award, and I have the honor once again of introducing Elijah Johnson, who I see everywhere, all over the place, and always with a welcome smile, and he is always right there to greet me, and I really appreciate that from anyone that's in a position that he is in. So if you want to come on up and introduce our Social Impact Award.
Well, thank you all for inviting me to do this. And I understand this is the inaugural event, so congratulations on your inaugural event. I'm Elijah Johnson, Deputy County Executive for Human Services in the county. Part of the people that we're going to honor today are the folks that fall under my purview. But I guess I'm responsible for a number of agencies. I'm looking at Mr. Principe back there. He keeps me in check. Where's Ms. Anderson and Mr. Jenkins? My bosses are here. I got to look around the room, make sure I'm saying the right thing. No, just kidding. They're great bosses. But under my purview is the Area Agency Aging, Department of Social Services, Office of Housing and Community Development. We're also state liaison with the Community Health Department, with the JCSU, Juvenile Court Services, and Virginia Corporate Extension. But the Social Impact Award, I'm so glad that the Good Shepherd invited me here to give this award because of the work that the unit, that Community Services does with Good Shepherd Foundation. This partnership goes back a lot of years before I came to the county, and Good Shepherd saw the need to provide housing for folks with intellectual disabilities, and that's a special population. The work that they do with that population stabilize families. And a lot of times, the state has been under a huge reallocation of resources where they brought people out of facilities and bringing them back in the community. And they could not do that without organizations like Good Shepherd to provide housing and support for those individuals coming back into our neighborhoods and our communities. But the partnership we have with our Office of Community Services and working with Good Shepherd is the case management piece of it. Good Shepherd brings the housing in, our office works, and I've just met some folks from Finance and Need. I understand you're one of our case managers there that provides the service to those families so they can remain stable in our community. I hear the stories all the time about a person coming from a facility and being in the community and how their lives have changed, how the light bulb goes off again when they're back in the communities, when they're near family and they're near friends and they can make those community connections. And without the work that you all do here, that wouldn't be possible. But you all want to honor our community service officers today for being that partner for all these years. How many years is it now? I bet you guys could.
28?
28 years?
Yeah, 28.
28 years of service where true government and a community partner, local government can't do this alone. We wish we could, but we can't. And you, quite frankly, you guys can do it better than we can a lot of times. And a lot of times we want to get out of the way so you can do the work that you do, and we come in a support role. So, but it takes that partnership to have a community that we have and create a community of choice. And we don't want to miss out on those things. So the Social Impact Award is going to the Office of Community Services for your partnership with Good Shepherd Housing and providing the services that you do to enrich the lives of our individuals with disabilities in our community. Hallelujah.
Thank you, Elijah. Listen, it's really my pleasure and honor to accept this award on behalf of our Community Services Board, our county leadership, and most importantly, our talented, committed, and dedicated staff. I think Elijah sums it up. We really value strong public-private community relationships, and we firmly believe that partnerships with the community is really the way to go to provide people with the full life and potential that they can achieve. I think Valerie summed it up when she said that Good Shepherd provided hope to people with mental illness, who are homeless, who don't have a social network or the fiscal means to be stable in the community. I think she's right. And what she didn't say was it's groups like Good Shepherd and the partnerships that we developed with our community and partners that not only gives them hope, it gives them fulfillment. And we thank you very much for the 28 years of partnership, and we're very thrilled to accept this award. Thank you.
We also have several board members with us here today, so I'm going to ask that you guys stand up so that I can introduce each of you. So in the back is Patty Sutherland. She is the secretary of the board of directors and keeps me in line and helps me write everything down and keeps track of it, so I so appreciate her help. Daryl is our treasurer. Ted Bean is a board member, and also, of course, Bob is a board member. So thanks so much to all of you.